Hey everybody, Bart here, and I just wanted to film a short video about some of my favorite core exercises. I know that the weather's getting nicer, swimsuits are calling to us, some of those beaches are open down south. We can't wait for our beaches to be open here, so one thing that we have to make sure of is that we're beach ready, so we're doing our core exercises. Now I'm just going to share 4 core exercises that I really love. I'm going to give you a spectrum of ways that you can tackle it. That way you can advance along as you get a little bit better at doing it. First exercise is going to be Russian twists. Now you've seen in Instagram videos or you've been in group fitness classes where you've seen this. Now you can always imagine that you're holding a plate, or you can hold a plate. You can have heels down, slight recline, knees bent, and you don't have to lift the feet. Now it's going to be easier on the lower back if you lift the feet. If you have lower back problems, this is probably not the exercise for you. You could try sitting up a little taller and just working the rotation of it. If I'm a little taller, if I'm not as reclined, I find that it's appropriate for just about all audiences if you're not using weight. Now as you start to use weight, some people will row your boat. You can hold the edges. I have a 5 pound, so it's not too severe. And that can work across the chest line. I could work across the waistline, or I could work overhead, ear to pocket. I can lift up. I can crisscross at the top, or not, depending on how much I want to suffer. Now I'm in boat. And those are the ways that I can kind of take down that exercise. Now, you don't need to do this every single day, but if you want to feel a good burn, I'd say you should do at least 3 to 4 sets of 10, 3 days a week. Think you can handle that? Now, the next exercise is going to be a sit and press. Again, I'm going to use my 5 pound weight. And so you could always use a pillow, anything, where I sit and I press. So I work back, I'm going to sit up, I stretch out, but when I bring the weight towards my chest, I've created some inertia, some momentum to kind of piggyback off from. So I work out, I stretch my abs, and I sit up. And I could press, or I might not press. Either way. So we've got the sit, and then we've got the press. All right. Now those weren't easy exercises. I started off with 2 hard ones. Now, working into one that's less hip dominant, I've shared it before and I'll share it again. It's one of my favorite exercises, legs up crunches. So I'll take my legs up a wall. I'll interlace the fingers behind the back of my head, squeezing my forearms to my face. I'm not bringing my legs to my elbows, and I'm not trying to get my elbows to my legs. If I get real close and I want to make that happen, I'll lift the hips. It's a lot more work, so you got to practice. So I'm just doing basic crunches here. It's easier on my back. It's going to kind of eliminate some of the curvature in the low spine once I lift my legs. So I've got the legs up crunch, just like this. And if you have a lot of postural problems and you have a lot of pain, I'd say practice half V up and do 2 sets of 5, 3 sets of 5, sets of 3. Just start practicing doing a really fantastic exercise, which is with my arms up. I tuck my chin and I work towards the feet. But again, if you have major spinal issues, maybe you practice just legs up crunches. I found that reverse crunches sometimes can irritate a compromised lower back. All right, now we're gonna do one without pulling on the neck. So if I was to do one more with no neck movement, I do reclining bicycle. So with my reclining bicycle, once again, I'm sitting up, so I might want to fold, I might want to butterfly, I might want to crisscross. If I did all these ab exercises together, the hip flexors are a part of the core, and so they start to fatigue. So this reclining bicycle, I'm not dipping down to try and bring elbow to knee. I'm going over. So I'm working over, sitting up tall, trying to get as much of my spine involved as possible, not slouching. So I alternate over, 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 over. And that's my reclining bicycle. So we checked out the Russian twist, which was that side to side exercise. We checked out the sit and press, which was that implement driven exercise, but it could be a pillow. Where I stretch out, sit up, press. We checked out that legs up a wall, legs up crunch. We took a quick look at the reverse crunch, even though it wasn't for us necessarily. And then we finished with that reclining seated bicycle twist. All right. Now those are 4 or 5 fairly easy ab exercises, and we also had that half V-up approach if we had severe postural or cervical neck compromises. All right, tune in